Hello, fellow bookish being. It's Jessica, and for Halloween, because I am such a fan of the event, I thought it would be nice to have a Halloween special readathon and read Stephen King's Salem's Lot. I've had this book for ages. I actually brought this over from the Philippines to here because I haven't read it and I need to. This is not my first Stephen King. I read The Shining and It as well, which were both terrifying in their own respects. And so now I will try Salem's Lot. This actually, I have no idea about this book. I thought it was about witches, but then I read the tableau, and well, I'm just gonna read it for you. So we have Ben Mears, our protagonist, who returned to Jerusalem's Lot, aka Salem's Lot, in the hopes that living in an old mansion, long the subject of town lore, will help him cast his own devils and provide inspiration for his new book. When two young boys venture into the woods and one comes out alive, Mears begins to realize that there may be something sinister at work and that his hometown is under siege by forces of darkness far beyond his control. Okay, sounds exciting. A haunted town, a writer looking for trouble, inspiration rather, boys missing. Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. So come and join me in my 24-hour readathon of Stephen King. Let's go. I have here my iPad, and I'm not sure if it can be seen in camera, but voila, I'm putting 23 hours, 59 minutes because there's no 24 hours in my iPad. And let's go. Let the readathon start. Progress check. So, on our countdown, I am at 19 hours 41 minutes left. So it's been 4 hours and 15 or so minutes of reading Stephen King's Salem's Lot. I am now chapter 4, so 120 plus pages in, and it's going scary. There is definitely build up. By the way, I've also read Misery, and so that's 3 books all in all for Stephen King. And I must say, I just saw from the second page of the book that this was Stephen King's second book before The Shining, Misery, It, and all the others. And I kind of am sort of picking up a pattern with how he writes. The characters are all very flawed, and they've always had this sort of past trauma that they carry with them, which I suppose is common in a lot of novels. But he always has a way of setting the setting of really making the place, in this case, Jerusalem, or this town where we are at, very, very haunted and creepy. So, and I am spoiling you now. I am on the part where the two boys went to the woods and have disappeared. There's definitely some sort of evil worshipping going on. Yeah. So, enjoying it so far. I'm not yet that scared because it's daytime, thank God, and the sun would set in Paris at maybe around 8 or 9. So I still have a lot of time to not be scared, although it would be interesting to see how I would progress tonight when, it's after dark and it gets creepier and creepier. But yeah, so far so good. Let's continue reading. The sponsor of today's video is me. Are you also introverted but looking for a kindred spirit? Are you also a 20 something trying to figure life out as it goes? Do you like books? Love books? Then subscribe to my channel and we can be bookish and introverted together. Alrighty, so I am back with a reading update. I am in the 300-page marker now. So that's half, yeah, that's almost half of the book because this is running at 653 pages and I'm at 301. And I have been reading for 8, 9 hours now. I have figured out now, I mean, it has been slowly revealed what kind of evil force the book is all about. I'm not gonna say it because I feel like it was such a revelation to me. I didn't realize that it was about that kind of, shall we say, monster or evil force. I really thought that it would be something else. That was such a good reveal for me. Yeah, we're now in the part of the book where two characters, so our main character Ben and another character is joining, well, two of the characters are joining forces, Ben and another rising second male protagonist, shall we say. And things are going pretty interesting. I think I can read it through the night now that I know what is haunting the book, and I feel like it's the kind of haunting that can be read through the night. I don't want to spoil it too much. So, yeah, it's going really well. And I hope that in the next maybe 4, 5 hours, I can get into the 500-page, I don't know, maybe the 400-page, or yeah, 500-page marker. We'll see how fast I can read this. So yeah, let's keep on reading. It's 11:30 p.m. here in Paris, and for progress check, we are in the 12-hour mark. So I have been reading for 12 hours now, and I am in the 400 mark. I'm in page 424. So there are now more or less 210 or so pages left in the book. I must say that after the 200 mark, things went pretty fast. Now there are more people that's in with our team, with our protagonist Ben. So far, our band of heroes are very well motivated in smashing the evil thing that is lurking and prowling and going on in Salem Slot. So far, none of the main cast have died. They have been injured but not dead, so that's great. And I think I'm just gonna continue reading because I probably need just 2 to 3 more hours to finish the entire book. So let's go, and I hope I can do this without coffee. Hello there. So it is the next day now. I fell asleep last night around 1 a.m., I think. I think I'm already on the 500 page. Okay, at the 496th page, so not bad. I only have now 150 pages to go through. We're now in the part of the book where it's now going to connect to the prologue. So in the prologue, there was a man and a boy. Their identities weren't discussed, or their identities weren't mentioned. Oh, I'm losing my words. Their identities weren't mentioned, but now we'll get to see who this man and boy is. Obviously, the man is Ben Mears, but the boy has been gradually revealed. There is 10 more hours left on the clock. I paused it before I slept because I want to be kind to myself and not count down as well my sleep time. So I think we only need maybe 3 more hours to finish 160 pages, depending on how my breakfast goes. So yeah, let's continue reading until the end of Salem Slot. Let's go. Hello there. So I have finally finished Stephen King's Salem Slot with, I think, 7 hours and 34 minutes left on the clock. This is my new record. I can't believe I finished this book in, well, 2 sittings, because I started yesterday and I finished today. But voila, we finished it in less than 24 hours. It's so cool. It's been so long since I've had a readathon and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I could not have done it without the pressure of producing this content. Kidding. Half kidding. So, thank you to whoever will view this video. I also thoroughly enjoyed reading this book. It was fast paced, starting page 150 to 200. It went really fast. There was a lot of action. Of course, the town itself is also part of the book's character. So there was a lot of, townspeople setting and story about the other townspeople, sort of like your sub adventures with our main adventurers. But it was good because you get to see exactly how the town also shapes the characters and their decisions and their moods, which is actually quite similar to, I think, how he wrote it, which is more terrifying, I would say. This book is okay because, well, okay. So I'm just gonna say what the monster is, or the evil force that's in this book. So if you have watched until this part of the video and you do not want to be spoiled, skip ahead to maybe 20-30 seconds after this. But first of all, thank you for watching until this part of the video if you've reached this portion of it. And now I am going to spoil the monster. So I was telling you guys that this book reminded me of a show, and that is Midnight Mass. So it's all about vampires. And so you see what I mean when I said that I can read this through the night because, well, it's not exactly as scary as it or The Shining. So yeah, that is the main spoiler. Anyway, the ending was, I'm not sure if it's a happy ending exactly. It's more like an ending, a cliffhanger ending. Father Callahan is missing, one of the sub-protagonists, and it's only Ben and Mark who has been left to, I suppose, finish the entire task of really vanquishing all of the evil forces in this book until the epilogue. Well, the epilogue did have like a starting date and a finish date. Well, at least that's how I interpreted it. So I'm assuming that they were able to finish their task within 3 years. At least that's what the year indicates in the epilogue. But yeah, it was such a long time coming reading this book. I am thoroughly happy with the way the readathon has happened. I am looking forward to my next readathon, hopefully by Christmas. I want to read some Christmas mystery or maybe some just Christmas themed readathon next. And yeah, thank you guys so much for accompanying me in this readathon. Let me know which Stephen King book you would recommend. I know I have Cujo, but I believe that I left it in the Philippines. So maybe some other book of his. Let me know what you guys would recommend. And if you have read Salem's Lot as well, let me know your thoughts down below, what you think about the pacing, the story, the ending, the characters. Favorite character? Personally, it would be Mark, the kid, because he's just so cool-headed. He was just so level-headed until one point, but then he was again level-headed. But yeah, I could understand why he wasn't level-headed at that point in the story. Anyway, and I'm just imagining a Q&A in my head. I think the scariest part for me in this book was the part where there were undead kids or like ghost-like kids in the bus, and basically the bus driver was like mad because the kids were playing with the bus. Did he know that they were, you know, undead. They were not exactly as dead as he would like them to be. So yeah, that was just one of the creepiest parts of me for the book. All the others, I think, is fine. I mean, it could have been scarier, but I'm glad that it wasn't because I read it through the night. And yeah, just good job, book, and good job, Cheska, for this readathon. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you can subscribe, that will be so awesome. And I will see you, my fellow bookish beings, in the next book. Bye.